And just because you're a detainee in the county jail does not mean that the jailers get to be the judge, the jury, and the executioner. And so we're going to make you understand the reason why we today are demanding that the Department of Justice open an investigation, because it is shocking to think, Jake and Bryce, it's shocking to think here in Memphis, where we recently witnessed the abuse on the video of law enforcement, an unarmed black man to death, that inside the jail we might have another instance of law enforcement beating an unarmed black man to jail, and even worse, George. We understand your son was naked when they brutalized him. Say that he has a weapon, or you're in fear of your life when a man is naked in a jail. Why is it they continue to engage in the most excessive use of force when it's black citizens? We continue to raise this issue over and over again because I see videos of them killing white citizens unarmed in this manner. So we are the Department of Justice to open up an investigation on the federal level, because the family is demanding full transparency. Full transparency. We want to see each part of this video frame by frame by frame.
That's right.
It should be released to the public.
That's right.
So everybody can see what happened to Gershun Freeman. That's all this family wants, is transparency, so we can get to the truth. One day Taylor will have answers to what happened to her father. And we believe once we have transparency, we can get the truth, and most importantly, we can get to justice for Gershun Freeman. 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 And just like we demanded transparency for Tyree Nichols in Memphis, Tennessee, we are demanding transparency for Gershun Freeman here in Memphis, Tennessee. Because Kim needs to know why she had to bury her son. George needs to understand why his son didn't live long enough to bury him. These are crucial questions, not just for this family, but for this community. And I have the pleasure of working with great lawyers. It's always a team effort. These lawyers probably more than anybody else know the inner workings of the Shelby County Jail. So at this time you'll hear from a great lawyer here, Attorney Jake Brown, and then introduce you to Bryce Timmons, who has a long history of litigating these matters, to tell you why this matter is so important. But first, Attorney Jake Brown.
Thank you, Attorney Crump. Gershun Freeman was a man. He was a son, and a brother. He was a Melrose Golden Wildcat. And he died on the floor of the men's jail at 201 Poplar, and he died at the hands of Shelby County correctional officers. We did get the opportunity to view the video. I'll summarize it briefly. Take questions later as to specifics, but essentially you see Freeman, the footage begins with Mr. Freeman in his cell, naked, some correctional officers come to his cell, open the door for some reason, and then for some reason, Mr. Freeman ends up outside of the cell. It is incredibly important to determine why, and the frame-by-frame progression of how and why Mr. Freeman was out of his cell. But regardless of why he was out of his cell, once he left, once he was standing in the pod, the middle of a bunch of cells, a number of correctional officers descended on him, and instead of taking reasonable measures to apprehend him with a minimum of risk, they began striking Gershun repeatedly. They struck him with their fists, they struck him with batons. It appears they may have struck him with a pepper spray canister. They also kicked him as he was struggling on the ground to cope with the pepper spray that they had covered him with.
That's right.
He was then allowed to run up to a different floor of the jail, and after what he had just been through, I don't think any reasonable person could blame him from running from those officers. He's apprehended up on the second floor, and from the footage we have seen, we can tell that several officers apprehended him, put him in handcuffs, and were on top of him for several minutes. He died as he lay on the ground there. At the end of the video, you see the officers pick him up. His body is limp. There's a pool of dark liquid underneath his head where he had been lying. This sort of thing happens far, far too often at 201 Poplar.
Far too often.
It is a travesty that here in Memphis, Tennessee in 2022, the men's jail had nearly twice the death rate per prisoner as Rikers Island in New York. When the state, when the government decides to put someone into custody, it is incumbent on the state additional duties to look out for that individual's welfare.
That's right.
And we're not talking about giving them a room at the Hilton, right? We're not complaining about the thread count of their sheets or the temperature of their meals. We are talking basic, fundamental safety and human dignity. Mr. Freeman died because he was deprived of that dignity. There's a history at the Shelby County Jail. Roughly 20 years ago, the Department of Justice came in, opened an investigation, filed a suit because of the deplorable conditions. And that's exactly what we need to happen now. Clearly, the problem was not fixed.
That's right.
If anything, it's gotten worse. And to all appearances, the current leadership of the jail and the sheriff's department does not have their own house in order. I'll leave it at that. But thank you for showing up today.
Thank you. Thank you, Attorney Brown, for giving that insight. And it is shocking that you have punches and strikes with police sticks and kicks, because it is just eerily similar to what we saw with the Nichols video. And so to give even greater perspective on the history and the culture of these allegations is another great attorney, Attorney Bryce Timmons.
Thank you all for coming today. My name is Bryce Timmons. I'm a civil rights attorney in Memphis. And a good deal of my practice focuses on the litigation of jail and prison conditions. I want to tell you a little bit about the history of the Shelby County Jail for those of you who are not old enough to remember. In 2000, 22 years ago, the Department of Justice launched an investigation into the Shelby County Jail because it was one of the most constitutionally deficient, violent, and dangerous jails in the entire United States. It was a horrific place. It did not live up to standards that we would consider acceptable by under any basic premise of human rights law. And the Department of Justice came in, they worked hard, and in conjunction with litigation that was taken on privately in the federal court here in the Western District of Tennessee, the jail improved dramatically. They reduced rates of violence. They increased the quality of the training of the guards. They increased the quality of medical care, and they brought it into line with constitutional standards. 22 years later, we have now managed to go backwards. This jail is again one of the most dangerous, violent, and constitutionally deficient in the country. And I want to remind everyone of this single point. This is not a prison. This is a jail. The difference is this. The people detained at 201 Poplar have not been convicted of crimes. They are charged with crimes, but many of them, a great many of them, will be released, have their charges dismissed, will be exonerated, and are frequently arrested for petty offenses like shoplifting or public intoxication or disorderly conduct. The kinds of things that are usually resolved with a dismissal or a fine, time served. And people go into this jail with these conditions, with those charges, having never been convicted of a crime. No one should die before they have the opportunity for a fair trial.
Amen. Amen.
That is all Gershun Freeman wanted. That's all he deserved, was an opportunity to have his case heard and to be kept in just basic safety and human dignity until he had that opportunity, which has been taken away from him. Thank you. I think, Mr. Crump?
No, thank you very much, Bryce Timmons, for that profound perspective. It reminds you of the education that America was taught during the trial of Derek Chauvin for killing George Floyd. When law enforcement have you in their custody, they have you in their care. And when we had Gershun Freeman in their custody, how did they care for him? That's what we're going to examine, Jake and Bryce, and I'm so grateful that we have a great legal team to make sure that this family gets the answers that they deserve. And certainly to Jess said, and we thank you, and we want to applaud you all for your work. Show your face, man.
Thank you.
I know it's been a lot of your work, tolling in the vineyards, that got us to this point, so thank you. The fine attorney you will hear from is not just a great lawyer, but he's our civil rights leader here in Memphis, Tennessee. He's committed to liberty and justice for all. He has a very unique perspective because he was a county commissioner for a number of years. I give you my friend and a great attorney, Attorney Ben Crump.
Thank you.
So as Attorney Crump mentioned, I served 8 years on the county commission, and I distinctly remember receiving calls from families of individuals who had been deprived. They had not been fed correctly. They had not received the medical attention that they needed, and they only knew because the leadership there at the jail was not hearing their pleas. They only knew to call the commissioners, and we had to make calls. We had to get things moving in order to give people the basic needs that they deserve. And I distinctly remember that as a commissioner. Now here we are again. When I first moved back to the city of Memphis, 2002, I remember that case and that consent order that you heard about. That case was in the federal court of Judge McCullough. And one of the individuals, because of the consent decree, who was brought in to monitor the jails, He's gone on to glory now. His name was Curtis Shumpert. And they had to report out what was going on. And they eventually got the jail back up and the consent decree was pulled back. But as stated, it's time that we put that consent decree back in place.
Absolutely.
It's time that we put that consent decree back in place. As a commissioner, as a father, as a black man, we are painfully aware that once you go into 201 Poplar, you may not be able to come out the same way you went in. And that's a problem. That's a problem. Not convicted of a crime, not found guilty, but yet you go in to this system and you don't come out alive. So we're calling for justice for Gershun Freeman.
Yes, sir.
I'm just standing next to his baby girl. And like all fathers, we want to see our babies grow up.
That's right.
Mr. Freeman was deprived of the opportunity to walk his baby girl down the aisle when she got married, deprived of watching her go to her prom in her 12th grade year, deprived of being the father that he knew he could have been, and the father she should have had Mr. Freeman been given his basic rights while in jail. So we pray for this family. We pray for this young lady. We're all going to have to step up, man, and be this young lady's father. We're going to have to surround her with the love and the attention and the nurturing that she would have received from her father, that she's no longer able to receive because of what happened to Gershun Freeman at the Shelby County Jail. So we need to fight. We don't need to pay lip service. We need policy change. Right. We need to see that tape.
That's right.
There's no excuse.
Yeah.
There's no excuse why we have not seen that tape. We need to see that footage, and we need to hold all accountable.
That's right.
Because that's the only way we're going to have change. It is a leadership problem. It's an issue, and that becomes an issue for us because we have to demand better of our leadership.
That's right.
So on behalf of the NACP, we will fight for this family, we will work hard for this family, and we will continue to fight for justice for Gershun Freeman. Thank you.
Justice for Gershun.
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 And I agree with Attorney Turner. They don't need to say no more. Just show the video. Don't say no more.
Show the video.
Don't say no more.
Show the video.
Don't say no more.
Show the video.
You've heard from all the great members of the legal team. Now you hear from the people who knew Gershun Freeman best. That is his parents and his wife. So first, we will hear from his father, Mr. George Burks, who have been fighting from day one. From day one saying, now, my son was a good kid. He didn't deserve to be killed like this. And so, after talking with these 5 lawyers and Kareem Ali, we believe we have evidence to back up what you said on day one. He did not deserve to be killed like this. Mr. George Burks.
How y'all doing? My name is George Burks. I'm the father of Gershun Freeman. And they killed my boy. My boy didn't deserve that. I got a good kid. And I miss him. Now we want justice. We want to see the video, all the video. They edited, showed us what they wanted to show us. We want to see the whole thing so the public can see. So release the video.
And next you will hear from his mother, Miss Kim Freeman, who, you know, there's no stronger bond than a mother and a son.
Hi, my name is Kimberly Freeman. I'm Gershun's mother. He was my only child. He was born at the regional med. You couldn't have told me that he was murdered around the corner at 201 Poplar.
My Lord.
I will get justice for Gershun Freeman.
Amen. And then finally, with their daughter standing by her side, you will hear from Gershun's wife, Miss Nicole Freeman. Take your time.
My name is Nicole Freeman. I'm Gershun Freeman's wife. We took a vow together to raise our daughter as a family. Unfortunately, we were robbed of that, and now I have to be strong enough to raise our daughter on my own. It's just not fair, and our family won't stop until we get justice.
Amen. It's not fair. It's not fair at all, and that's why we vow to fight with you, Nicole, till we can get justice and you can get the answers for Taylor and all of our children. You know, this is real. This is real. A lot of times we like to try to sweep it under the rug, and after the media goes to the next cycle and so forth, we sometimes forget that every day they have to live with it. And so hopefully you'll pay just as much attention to this tragedy and this injustice as you would any other one, whether here in Memphis or anywhere in the United States of America, because all of their lives matter, and Gershun Freeman life matters.
That's right.
At this time, the legal team and the family, if they can, will try to answer some of your questions, if you have some. Are there any questions?
The video that you saw, was it the whole thing, or was it redacted, or?
Well, we'll let Jake and George speak to that there. I think they were present there to see the video.
We don't know, to put it bluntly. I mean, we know what the TVI showed to us. It was not one video. It was a series of clips from different parts of the jail that were kind of queued up and played in succession. We don't know what those frames showed when they were not sort of the central frame on the screen, right? We had kind of tiles around the big screen at different stages. The representative from TVI would click on other frames. We don't know what we don't know.
Hello, George.
I don't think the video the video has been edited, and I don't think they showed us all the video.
Kim, you want to say something on that?
I couldn't look at the video. That was my son being murdered by the demon team in 201 Poplar. Who could watch their child be murdered?
That's right.
Ma'am?
From what you all could tell about how many deputies or correctional officers would you say were involved?
Many, I would say, beginning to end, between 10 and 20.
That's right.
I say about 14, 15, something like that.
20. You know, that's why we want the video to be released to the public. You know, you have a few minutes to sit down and they show you things and then they say, see, we did nothing wrong. No, we want transparency, full transparency. So Jake's office, Bryce's office, our office can go frame by frame with our experts to count the number of blows like we did on the Memphis video, to look at the strikes with the police baton, to be able to look and see who was kicking naked man while he was on the ground. Those are important things that not just the family need to know, not just the lawyers need to know, but you all as citizens, right, man? Everybody needs to see what kind of care citizens get when they're in the county jail. Because but by the grace of God, and I thought Bryce made this point exceedingly clear, any of us can be arrested and charged. But in America, we are innocent until proven guilty. And just because we are accused of a crime should not end up as a death sentence, like what happened to Gershun Freeman. And that's why Gershun Life Matters and it should matter to all of us. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
Stephanie Douglas, Action News 5. Sorry if I missed this, but I know that you're demanding the release of the surveillance video. Can you tell me what your next steps are?
Certainly. What Attorney Jake Brown, Attorney Bryce Timmons, Attorney Van Turner, and all of us, we're strenuously requesting that the Department of Justice start an investigation. That's number one, because the family does not trust that they're getting transparency right now. And then secondly, it's transparency. We want the video to be released because they don't need to say no more. Just show us the video.
Yeah. One thing, what did we all learn during the pandemic, right? It's that sunlight, ultraviolet light, but sunlight kills the virus. Bring out the video. Bring it into the light, and let's fix this infection that we've got down at the men's jail.
Any last questions?
Yes. Do you plan to pursue a lawsuit in the case of Mr. Freeman?
We plan to pursue full justice for Mr. Freeman, just as we do in any other cases. We want there to be criminal culpability. If there are crimes committed on video, the blueprint was what we argued at Tyree Nichols. The police chief said they needed to see, the community needed to see swift action taken. We need to move swiftly towards justice. Well, we need to do it for Tyree Nichols, but we also need to do it for Gershun Freeman as well.
Right.
And so we want to have criminal culpability, civil accountability. And that's what we're going to ensure. We're going to get civil accountability because the little bit we saw in the video thus far tells us that there were policy violations and that there was a violation of the constitutional rights of Gershun Freeman's right to live. And so that's the civil accountability for which we will be bringing a wrongful death lawsuit. But then most importantly is what Attorney Turner talked about. We need policy, we need legislation to prevent this from happening. We don't need any more Gershun Freeman's happening at 201 Poplar. It needs to be where we can trust that you will have due process, you will get your day in court, that you won't be killed before you get to have your day in court. Okay. Donna?
You spoke on the re-implementation of the consent decree. What are next steps? And of course it's becoming increasingly clear that this is a culture that's being brought to light.
Right.
So what are we looking at on a bigger, larger scale of addressing this corruption from top to
I think
bottom
Bryce would be
as
most
things
appropriate
become
to
more
take this.
exposed?
Yeah, I'll speak to that. So the reintroduction of the consent decree would essentially be asking that the Department of Justice intervene like they did back in 2000. They sent a detailed list, after conducting an audit, they sent a detailed list of constitutional deficiencies. And then over about 4 years, they worked to develop a plan with the county to reform the jail. And when those policies were implemented, the jail dramatically improved. Conditions dramatically improved. And for years they were maintained. And eventually the private litigation ended. Judge McCullough withdrew his orders that required constant inspections, and the jail worked very well. Throughout the tenure of then Sheriff Mark Luttrell, who became Mayor Luttrell after that. Since that time, it has deteriorated dramatically, and it is now back to the same place it was back in the year 2000. So here's the thing, we don't need to reinvent the wheel here. We already know what works because they did it and it worked. We just need to make them do it again. And if we, as citizens of Shelby County, can accomplish it, we would like the Justice Department to come in and do what they did the last time and make them reform the jail.
Amen. Thank you, Bryce. Thank you, Jake Brown. Thank you, Van Turner. And most importantly, Judge City and Kareem Ali, we thank the family of Gershun Freeman.